For this final reflection video, I'm going to be on reflecting on Salvage the Bones by Jasmine Ward, the last book that we've been reading. And I think this book it has a lot of deep meaning and understanding to it. I think the book is calling to a lot of underage people and those not past 20, probably not past 18. There's a lot in the book that talks about motherhood, and then there's a lot that talks about nature, violence, myth, poverty, and all of it, how it connects. But the main two that I'm going to be talking about is motherhood and poverty. So towards the beginning of the story, we can see that when they're going through the whole process of their dog China giving birth, it's triggering memories of their mom of the main character's mom going through her final birth of their youngest sibling. And it's a triggering moment because their mom was struggling with giving birth to their last sibling. Their mom had passed away after they gave birth. And so that moment in particular can be very triggering, very emotional. And watching their dog trying to give birth is also can be very triggering. I believe the main character's name is Etch. That's how I'm going to say it, Etch. They are watching this their brother's dog give birth. They're remembering their mom giving birth, and now they're in a predicament because they know that they're pregnant. And Etch is a young girl. I believe she's 14, 13. She's not past 16, which she's fairly young to be having to be pregnant. And so I think it comes with a sense of finding her self-worth and not really knowing. She doesn't have a mother figure to help her. So she's going through the effects of motherhood pretty much by herself because she doesn't have an influence to have pushed her in a different path, so she wouldn't have ended up in the predicament that she is now. So motherhood is a tough thing to go through. I personally have not been through that, and that's for later. Right now I'm just sticking here, but I think it's I think we should really look into motherhood, because women have to go through a lot in motherhood. They can lose the baby, they can have the baby, have to have a C-section, something can go wrong with them, something can be wrong with the baby. There's so much emotion and so many possibilities that it's terrifying. And Edge herself, from what I predicted, she didn't want to have the baby at all. I didn't think she was ready. She most definitely wasn't ready, but I didn't think she had the mental stability and the right guidance to have a baby. And so that's that. And she also didn't have the money for a baby. She didn't have the money for food, doctor's appointments, anything like that to help her take care of the baby. So she was really stuck with not knowing what to do. And I think some people lately, people have been stuck because they can be scared about having a baby. They can not have the money to take care of a baby, not have someone there to support them. I think the only thing that was helping Etch was that she knew her brother was there to help her. Her brother Skeeta was there to help her, because in chapter 7 he was talking, they brought up a lot about him being there and like him loving her so much that he wanted to help her. Because in the first 6 chapters, like, I thought he didn't care at all. Like, he didn't care. She was pregnant. He didn't know. He didn't love her enough because he loved his dog. But that wasn't the case. But enough about the book. That's just a little recap. But, like, I think it's important that we talk about how mothers today are struggling because they have to be a single mother. They have to work by themselves and like go through doctor's appointments by themselves. Even if they have family, they're still pretty much doing it by themselves. And motherhood is tough. Going through poverty is tough. Not having the finances to get what you need is really hard. And I think it's important that we think about that and then think about our actions towards that. So yeah.